why do you charge for your music online?
I don't understand. Why are you asking me? What? Do you have a problem with me charging for my music for your? I'm sorry. No. This interview's over. Oh, what are you? Some kind of Napster free? Okay. No. Why shouldn't I charge? I mean, I don't understand. No. This interview's over.
Now, some people are giving away music for free online, and I know with a lot of the MP3s and so forth, there's a lot of trading going on. Why are you charging?
Well, yes, I am charging for my music online. I think, and I do think that 99 cents a song is very reasonable for an MP3, really. And when you average it out, I usually charge anywhere from 10 to maybe, $12, I think, per album. And, I spend a lot of time on those albums. But really, the reason why I charge is, for me, a matter of finances. And it's certainly not to get rich. I've spent a lot more than I should just to be able to make the albums to begin with. You have to understand, for an independent musician, it's very difficult financially to create music, on a regular basis, and to create albums as well. And really, the reason why I charge is so I can maintain my equipment, that certainly gets beat up as I'm creating these albums and sometimes needs to be replaced or repaired. And in addition to that, so that really in the end I can create more music. There will come a point, if no one buys the albums, for instance, that I won't be able to create more albums because I won't be able to afford it financially. And I think that's really the reason why I charge. I mean, just the website hosting of dtguitar.com, costs a lot per month. It very much reminds me of, like a public television station. They need financial support just to continue to operate. And it's very much that case for me as an independent musician. And in the end, regardless of how people say, oh, well, it's great for exposure to give away your music, the truth is, in the end, it does hurt the independent musician. There's no question about that. Because even if you get massive exposure from giving away your music, there will come a point where you cannot produce any more music because you can't afford it financially. I think it's a different argument than, someone on a major label would have. Theirs, they spend millions of dollars to create music. I think it's very much about profit and those kinds of things. Whereas for the independent musician, it's just to struggle to continue to be able to create music. And I tell you, financially, for me, it's been extremely difficult. Extremely difficult. And if it wasn't really for the support that I get from people who do listen to my music and who don't mind, paying for albums that I create or for the songs that I create, I don't know that I'd be able to continue to do it. Just the wear and tear. I mean, everything, even guitar strings, that costs money, I'm afraid. And, I record quite often and try to create, the best music that I can. But that requires equipment and maintaining the equipment, and then also doing the website hosting and the downloading and so on requires a lot of computer hardware and that kind of thing, and software as well. So just financially, it's required of me. I guess on another argument would be certainly. If your music isn't worth charging, if you don't feel that your music is good enough to charge for it, I don't know. think that's kind of a weak argument. The truth is, if I could afford to make that music available for free, I certainly would do that. But I'm simply in a financial situation that it's just not possible, and I do want to continue to create music, and so this is a way of making that possible. I do have 30-second samples, that are free of each track, so the people who can't afford to purchase it can still have access, at least to get an idea of what the music is. Though sometimes, the 30-second samples alone don't give, an overall picture of the album that's accurate, and that happens from time to time, where you only have a little 30-second clips of each song. While a song may be, 10, 11 minutes, 30 seconds may only be a very small section of that, and it actually changes in many different ways on there. So I think I'm just going to continue to do that, and I think it's very fair. And you're certainly under no obligation to make a purchase or to download a song. You can still listen to the samples. But certainly as a musician, I think getting financial support for the music that you create certainly helps you to continue to create music, and I certainly want to do that and want to keep my website on